Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that the history is deleted, right? And I'm also going to make sure that it's a symmetrical model. And I'm going to isolate this object, and let's take a look at the UV texture editor right now, right? So there's no shells that exist, no UVs that exist yet, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is to go into planar mapping, and let's project from the z-axis, right? And I'm immediately going to get that shell, which is great, all right? Then I'm going to, first I'm going to make some decisions here where the UV cuts are going to be. So I'm going to do it right in here. Show those, okay? And right here, right? And I'm going to cut this edge loop. I'm pressing shift, okay? And I'm also going to go inside the body and shift select that edge loop, okay? Oops. And then I'm going to go under the shorts. Let's go back to regular shading, okay? And just want to make sure that I am in edges mode, right? Okay. And I'm going to shift select these guys right here. Okay, same loop on the other side. Let's see. Okay. So those are my first cuts. Okay, I'm going to go bring up my UV editor and cut, right? And now what's cool is I can just grab these guys and move them away from each other. Okay, so that wasn't too hard. Now, the difficult part is how I'm going to split some of these UVs. Let me take a look at the chest. Okay, I'm going to have the seam actually on the back, right? And I'm going to just go in there, select this, and go all the way up. And I went to this edge loop here, so go to the back middle, double click, okay, and I'm going to cut this edge. Just check to make sure it's going all the way down, cut it, okay, and then I'm going to select the shell and do an unfold. Let's go to UV, select shell. So I'm going to go to my unfold options here and just make sure that unfold 3D is on, and I'm just going to turn off pack right now, right? So when I do that, it's actually unfolded the piece, but it's showing me that I didn't get the edges inside the pants. So I can either undo and then redo that, or I can cut that in here, select the UV shell, and then do another unfold, right? So much better. Okay, you know, you can of course like select certain areas and do like maybe a relaxing or an unfolding. Okay, not much is happening there. Okay, or you can go in there and just kind of manually tweak it if you need. Okay, so that's just how I would go about starting this unfold with this character. Now the head, I would also select the edge down here, double click that edge up there, okay, and I'll cut it, then go to my UVs, select all the UVs, and do a UV layout. Okay, awesome. So that literally took a couple of minutes to do both the cutting of the whole body as well as the unfolding of the head and the torso. Okay, so you can carry on with your character like this and figure out some of the cuts that you need to do. For example, let's say these pants are going to be jeans, all right? So you want the front and the back to be different. What I would do is go ahead and select the edges of these sides. Okay, it's going all the way down actually. So deselect, deselect all the edges up to there. Okay. Now I'm going to actually have to go in here and shift select that. And see, it's going to go down here. And all the way to here. Okay. And just go all the way around, selecting those edges. And I think it's going to be this edge loop coming down. So let's select this and then go up here. Double click. Okay, and then I'm going to go in and make sure that I have all those little edges. This is the part that's a little tricky. Okay, you want to make sure you have all the little edges. All right, so that was not too bad. Let's just make sure that I have all the edges selected. Okay, and I can even create quick select set out of this. So for some reason, if I lose these edges, I can always find them again. So shorts, UV edge. Okay. Okay. And by the way, that's going to have now in my outliner all the edges that I have selected there in a set. Okay. So now I have those edges selected, and I can also check it in here. Make sure that it's going all the way in. Okay, I'm going to cut it. UV. Shell. Okay, and then move it out like that. Now, I could have done that also by selecting faces, but edges was faster. Okay, so now I can bring this into Photoshop like I did with the Romeo file, and I can put some actual jeans images and lay them out for the back and front of the pants. Okay, the arms I would probably do a edge cut. Okay, down the inside bottom of the arms, and the leg will go like this. Okay, I would select this edge right here. Where's the shelf? So I would go from here all the way down to here. Okay, and then I would cut around like I'm carving flesh. Okay, and I can cut all the way down through to the front toe. Okay. And that looks good, right? And that's happening in this leg. Uh-oh. Got deselected for some reason. Let's go back. Okay, and then select that. Shift select that edge up there. Double click. Okay, good. You just check it in here. Make sure it's going all the way to the top and all the way to the bottom. And I can cut it, right? And then I'll select this UV shell and go to polygon, unfold. Okay, awesome. So if you have a symmetrical character and you do this to the other side, then it's going to be perfectly aligned. If not, then you're going to have to lay them probably next to each other and just paint both of them in Photoshop. All right, so you can see how that whole leg has unfolded and there's a seam only in the inside of the leg. Okay, so that's it for today's class. Please spend the rest of the class time working on your midterm project, which is completing the model as well as completing the texture of your character. You have 1 week to complete both of that, and please read the assignment section so that you can go through the checklist to make sure that you finished all the parts. You will be presenting your work for critique next Tuesday, October 21st.